is 1-7 to lead Labour into the next general election. So we'd give him about an 88% chance of that. Obviously, whether they then go on to win the next election at that point is an entirely different question. So we have them 13-8 favourites at the moment. But it is a very open betting heat. We have Reform UK at 5-2, and we have the Conservatives at 3-1. So the next election really is up in the air at this point.
So Mr Burnham is the 7th Prime Minister in the space of a decade. What are his odds for survival in the post? Kyle McGrath is the head of political betting at Entain, one of the world's largest betting and gaming groups. He joins us now. Kyle, very good afternoon.
Hello, how are you?
Yes, I'm very well indeed. I imagine this is quite a busy time for you. Tell us about the betting patterns. How likely is Andy Burnham to lead the Labour Party at the next general election? What kind of odds is that getting?
Yes, it is quite a busy time. I mean, there's not really a quiet time anymore, is there? Although it's looking fairly promising for Andy Burnham in that respect. He is 1-7 to lead Labour into the next general election, so we'd give him about an 88% chance of that. Obviously, whether they then go on to win the next election at that point is an entirely different question. So we have them 13-8 favourites at the moment. But it is a very open betting heat. We have Reform UK at 5-2, and we have the Conservatives at 3-1. So the next election really is up in the air at this point.
Right, I'm just going to mention the Lib Dems. Anything on the Lib Dems?
Yes, they're 40-1. So if you scroll a little further down, you'll get to the Lib Dems. The Greens are 25-1. And Restore Britain are 14-1 as well. 14-1? Yes, they are incredibly short, probably at first glance. They are the biggest loser in our book at the moment. So we've seen quite a bit of sustained support for them.
OK. We are going to try and be positive on this programme for the initial period of Andy Burnham's reign. The country really does need something at the moment, doesn't it? But betting tells us so much about what people are actually feeling because they're putting money where their mouths are. So were Andy Burnham to fail, what are the odds on how soon that would be?
Yes, so we have a market on what year he'll be replaced. The betting would suggest he's very likely to make it until 2029. So we have, for him to be replaced this year is 20-1. 2027 is 6-1. 2028 is 4-1. And 2029 or later is currently 2-5. So we give him just over a 70% chance of lasting the next 3 years. At that point, whether he then goes on to win the next election and last until the next one is an entirely different question. If we were to price him to last until the next election, win that, and then remain leader until the one afterwards, we'd give him about an 18% chance of that. OK,
and are these the same kind of odds that any incoming Prime Minister would get? How do they change as time moves on?
It does vary. He is a little bit shorter than Keir Starmer was to last his full term. I guess it varies depending on your opposition. So currently there has been a lot of conjecture and chat around Nigel Farage's exit date. Obviously we had the Clacton by-election coming up. Kemi Badenoch's position is definitely shored up, but you wouldn't call it the strongest. So I think Andy Burnham is probably coming in at definitely a better time than 6 months ago. And the market would definitely suggest he's got a good chance of lasting until the next election and going on to win it.
Are there any things in the world of politics, Kyle, that you simply won't open a book on?
There are definitely things. I probably shouldn't list them on here, but yeah, we wouldn't. There are definitely boundaries. Obviously, we want to be able to manage the prices and stay on top of these markets. So we'll offer anything from exit date markets to count bin face vote share percentage. We've got a market on site on Michael Gove to appear on Strictly during in the next 5 years. There are limits, but I mean they stretch quite far.
Right. We play a little game of predictions within our family every Christmas, and one of our categories is politician most likely to fall from grace in a horrendous scandal that would make the tabloid front pages. Would you have bets on that kind of departure from politics?
Probably not, but you can. I mean, it's baked into the price quite often. So if you were to look at exit date betting, for example, for the major leaders, you could probably infer from that who's most likely to be enveloped in some sort of scandal. We have a market, for example, on Nigel Farage versus Kemi Badenoch, who will be replaced first. We have Nigel Farage as the 1 to 2 favourite there.
Right.
So you can infer from that what you will.
Okay. And tell us about the popularity of political betting. And if it is gaining in popularity, is that because people are less respectful of politics, or do you think it's because people have more access to gambling?
I think it's just become more popular, particularly obviously in the digital age over the last 10 years or so. I mean, the biggest event in political betting history was 2020. So we're going back 6 years there, Trump versus Biden. The established big elections have always been, certainly in recent history, something that I think most people know they can bet on. I think over the last few years, we've seen a development in awareness of the sub-markets, the smaller markets that you can bet on. The idea that you can bet on Andy Burnham to be replaced, when he'll be replaced. With Keir Starmer, we had markets on what month he'll be replaced. I think there's definitely a development in the expansion in the amount of markets we offer.
OK. Good to talk to you, Kyle. Thank you very much indeed for your time. Kyle McGrath is the head of political betting at Entain. You like a little bit of a flutter, but you don't tend to do the political bets, do you?
Politics. I stick clear of politics. I do football, which I don't know anything about either. So suffice to say, I'm not exactly counting my winnings from the World Cup.
I suppose you could argue, and it depends entirely where you are on the fence in terms of gambling, that actually political betting shows an inclusivity in the world of politics rather than a kind of disdain for it. You're at least thinking about it. You're thinking about the possibilities.
You're embracing it. Cole says, I'll bet a fiver Burnham won't last till the end of the year. Oh, Cole, come on. Come on now. Holly says, I like your attitude of trying to give Andy a chance and bring some positivity, but I just don't feel hopeful. I'm in despair, fearing you might take us back to the 1970s. Come on, people. I'm going to look down for a little bit of positivity. I'm just scrolling. Fiona says, I'm delighted that Andy Burnham is Prime Minister. I was a Labour MP, duped into voting for Starmer as leader, but he dropped every single one of his pledges, no doubt influenced by Mandelson, and I think he took Labour to the brink of extinction. Good riddance and welcome Andy. David says, I'm a Lib Dem really, but if Andy Burnham can do the things he says he's going to do, improve the lives of the poorest and most vulnerable, invest to save, reshape the Constitution, then these will all be great things. How is that for positivity, he says?
Well, it's very good.
Yeah.
It is very good indeed. And we do need something to change in this country because our report card has not been terrific.
No, it hasn't. Thank you very much. The Deputy Headmistress there giving her assessment.
Quite all right.
Of how things were playing out.
You know that school's out for summer, but it's quite all right.
Oh, teachers never stop working. She says that, aware that some teachers might well be listening during their much-deserved summer holiday.